Welcome to this edition of Video Drone by DIY3DTech.com. In this episode, I'm going to be taking a look at this, a little bit of an unboxing now. I was going on a business trip, got this box, my wife opened it, so we're going to be doing it, taking it out of the box. But before we go there, one of the things is, you guys know I purchased this H501S a while back. And so one of the things I had talked about doing is building a camera platform for this. Now this does have a 1080p camera up here, which is really a good camera. You guys seen it in some other videos, but having another camera platform on this I thought would be interesting. So I was going to design one, and then on Amazon I saw this. Now I've seen these before, and here it is, and let me move some of this stuff out of the way so we can work with it a little bit and take it out of the plastic. Now I had seen these before, but they had them on sale, I think, for around $34, and for 34 bucks, I thought it was really worthwhile to get an experiment with, because as you can see, this is a bit of an intricate contraption, if you will, and I thought by the time I design one up and everything, I'm going to have that in it in time and everything else. So I went ahead and got it, and I'll have links for this below. Now, it didn't come with any instructions, which is kind of interesting. And so the way that this kind of looks and works is it's going to be something along this line. Now, the camera is supposed to sit in here somehow, which is rather interesting, because it appears that somehow... Okay, woo, this was a little bit of a challenge. I think I have it correct. So if you see the orientation I have, how these are turned in and these are turned in, and they snap on here now, they appear to come just above, so it holds on to the top of this bracket on each, and it's about equidistant. So this is sitting in the center, so the center of gravity is about equal. Now, one of the things I also like about this is these landing feet. So one of the big pieces is, if you notice when I got my finger nicked, which it's still nicked 2 weeks later, it sits up off the surface. So when you come back and land, you technically probably could come and probably, if you want to grab the camera or one of these, but I still think it's a little bit risky. You could probably do a catch grab on something like that, and it's better than trying to grab the base of this where your hand is going to go up and get nicked like this, or get caught in the prop. So that's definitely not a good thing. However, the one thing I do notice, so I've got my knockoff GoPro, and the piece is it's won't fit in here. It's wider than, obviously, the GoPro, because one of the things, the GoPro is meant to sit in here, and this locks it in place. So these side pieces hold it horizontally, and then these side piece, this piece holds it vertically in place, and you simply take this apart. Now, this doesn't disturb me too much, because one of the pieces I had intended on doing was developing my own carrier, because I'm going to put the run cam in here. So let's take a quick look at that. So with the run cam, if we kind of move this out of the way, I think you can see this will fit in here nicely. And I think the weight ratio of this to this, it's pretty close to the same, but I think from an aerodynamic standpoint, let's look at these flying through the air towards you. Obviously, this has a lot bigger surface area than this does. And again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to probably go off Thingiverse, download a case for this, modify that case to fit in here, and then simply take this out, because there's a couple Allen bolts here, and then bolt this in and attach it. Now, what I'm going to do for safety's sake, I thought I noticed it somewhere. It might be on the actual case itself. I thought there was a oh yes, right here. There's a lanyard connection here. So what I'm going to do is take a little bit of fishing string, loop it through here, and then when I attach it here, bring it up and loop it through probably one of these grommets or such, as a secondary, in case, the vibration, which it shouldn't because it's vibration dampened, or whatever, my 3D part breaks away, the camera will simply dangle from the fishing string. So I have a built-in suspenders approach to protecting the camera and preventing damage to either the camera or something beneath it should it fall in flight. So that's what I plan on doing. But you know, for $34, I really thought this was really a neat addition to the Hubsan, and really kind of solves a few problems. Now, what I might actually do is 3D print up some different legs for this, or additional legs to go on here, because one of the things you notice, it kind of springs. I think it'd be nice to have some sort of 3D printed runners that attach to the bottom. One of the things, let's take the because turning it loosens it. Now, this is interesting to note. There's a tapped hole in the bottom of this, so this will receive another similar Allen screw or Allen bolt as this up here. So what I can do, and I think what I'm definitely going to do, is design and 3D print up some landing skids to go on the bottom of this that actually extend out a little bit longer, and then Allen bolt these down here for extra stability on landing, to give myself a little bit more landing surface. Because one of the things with this, I don't know if you can kind of see it, it is tipsy. It's not too tipsy, it's not as bad as I thought it would be, but I think having some landing pads down here will give it some better. So look for those out on Thingiverse in a future edition, and I'll talk about those when I get there. But this is worth note that that has a tapped hole, so makes it very easy to modify. Also, I think there's several other pieces here that you could build different carrier adapters, because the other piece that I want to do here, or I'm thinking about, is flying my 360-degree camera. And so the point I'm getting at here too, and also worth note, is not only is it pinned down here with a fixed hole, excuse me, it has a variable adjustment up here. So we can also move this up, so I can get the, because the 360 camera is more of a cube. I don't have it here on the bench, but it's more of a cube, and again, I can 3D print a mounting bracket to go in here and attach 3D camera, and then be able to slide it up this bracket. So this is another important point if you're thinking about getting it. I think there's this is really a versatile piece. Again, removing this, and if you have a 3D printer, you can really make a lot of interesting parts to go in here, or different payload packages for this guy, because it does produce a lot of thrust. So it can carry a pretty good payload. Now, naturally, that's going to come at the cost of battery life, but it's sort of okay, because depending upon what you want to achieve, you got to make some trade-offs. It does seem to be pretty good as far as the jelloing and support here. Would be kind of cool if we could design up some sort of little gimbal, even a 2-axis gimbal, because I think this is a great quadcopter for the money, and I really hope Hubsan's listening and they come out with a version of this about this size, with at least a 2D gimbaled camera with a 1080p camera. Because even if they got to bump up the price a little bit, I think it would be well received in the market. And then also kind of get rid of the hokey spaceship style design and go with more of a traditional drone design that doesn't look like it's for a 10-year-old. And I think they could have a crazy selling product that would actually compete with DJI. So anyways, figured I'd share this with you. Hopefully you found it interesting. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget, subscribe button's coming up over there. Hit me in the comments. Do you got one of these? Let me know what you've done with it, how you like it. If you don't like it, have you 3D printed mounts for this? Do you have things out on Thingiverse? Let me know below. Cheers. See you in the next video.